Everyone shut up.
I've got the screen record on.
Oh,
Hell yeah, brother.
that was so appropriate.
That's funny.
That was worth it.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. Fire department shows up.
How was that? Nice?
That was good. That was good. You got a new intro now.
Nice. Smoky.
Proper.
Can't be bothered with all this live stuff when I got, texting to do and phone duties and I'm thinking, what a life we have. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Matt.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
Morning. Yes.
Morning, Shadow.
That's the greeting of the day. Or like Keyfob says, greeting, earthlings.
Morning, Brown.
Doesn't he say that?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Who else? We got Brown Chicken, Jason Ghost, Rob Benjamin. How's everybody doing this morning?
Hey, I watched Tara last night. She was doing her live about the DOT and all that, the medical card. And
yeah,
when I got diabetes, man, that medical card is so important for your CDL. And
yes,
they have a CDL doctor in Alabama we all go to in the Jefferson County area, and he was so hard on diabetics. I knew I'd never get through, so I gave it up basically.
Hey, that's annoying.
Yeah,
some of them just find that some doctors just look at it like I'm putting my medical degree on the line for a guy who's not taking care of himself or is taking care of himself and can have a medical thing. And a lot of them look at it like that, and they're like, why bother?
But if you don't take care of yourself, you can't predict the person that you're examining. Say, like a doctor examines me, he don't know my responsibility level. Yeah. What if I let it get? What if I let it get out? Is that on me? Does that go? It probably goes to me and not him, really, because I'm good if I take care of myself. But if I don't take care of myself, I could get lightheaded, pass out, have issues, and that wouldn't be good, right?
No. That would not be good.
Yeah, so I don't know how that works, but either way, it's jacked. You could, nobody's gonna run around perfect though. Just do the best they can.
Well, a beautiful day here in Alabama. We're going to go for a ride here after the coffee show. We got some new areas I want to ride in, some hills. I'm hoping I get I looked at it on Google Earth. It looks like it's going to be some nice riding through there.
That's great. You're gonna find areas that
I've never got to rid. I never rode
Yeah.
on before, and
that's rare.
it'd be neat to her and I both.
Yeah,
I'm freezing.
I've
It's
done
like
most.
64 here, and I'm freezing my ass off.
Oh,
I don't mean to interrupt. I'm
No,
freezing
you.
my ass off. I know you guys are much colder, but yeah. Burr. Sorry. Oh no. What do you got up there, Moto? What's the temperature up by you?
I don't have a fever. Could it be 80 degrees, like 70? That's what I was thinking this morning. If I wouldn't have stayed up so late, I went out and cleared all the motorcycle crap out of my boat, because I park by the boat when I get in every day with the motorcycles, and any extra stuff I got, I fling it in the boat, because I don't put stuff away,
Yeah.
fold it
Before
up,
that-
set it nicely like Mr. Rogers in the closet, or hang it up, and
Yeah.
it just probably got 9 pairs of gloves, 3 different helmets, goggles, extra clothes,
Yeah.
rain suit, because it's all right there.
Yeah. Everything.
It's out in the open where I can find it, right?
It's the closet. That's what I used to do. Before she moved back here, I had all my shit all over the
Where
place.
you needed it.
Exactly where I wanted it. This was on the chair. This was on the counter. And
then
this stuff
something
was over
happened.
there. And it was exactly where I needed it.
Yeah. So what the hell happened?
I don't know. Everything got put away is what happened. That's what happened.
Like, I think some people live for that.
Oh,
Like, here. And you can justify, well, it's supposed to be put away. And it's like, well, you really can't argue with that.
you can't. I mean, what are you supposed to say to that?
You can, but
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
wrong.
Yes. But I was like, but I know where all my shit at is.
Yeah, that's the
When it's all over the place.
Oh,
And it's mentally organized.
yeah. How much compromising you got to do, old Mac? Do you do any anymore? I know you do, but
I'm just grateful I have anybody that will
There you
pick
go.
up after me.
see,
I'm a slob.
you see how you see. You got to change gears upstairs. That's where all the problems lie. It's in
Exactly.
between
I'm a
your ears.
slob.
Like you start thinking and you're not feeling well because your thinking is affecting you. Then
Oh,
really, it's nobody else but your thinking. It is. You go like, damn, don't tell me that.
yeah.
I'd rather point the finger and piss and moan.
Yeah, you got a
Just
good
talking
group
about
of people.
myself. I'm not saying that's what you do. Sick. That sounds terrible at you. I don't mean it like that, but a good portion of that's true.
I watched your video yesterday when you met up with a guy that you knew for 25 years,
Yep.
and he was going to see his mom, and that was pretty doggone cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
I like that.
riding
Cool.
back from my daughter's, and I remember passing him on the road and got, oh, he's got a lady on the back, long flowing hair, and I pass him, and then he comes up behind me, and next thing you know, I was like, oh, that's Joe, my
No shit.
longtime friend. Like we've done a lot of stuff, back in the day, and even currently I've rode that bike that he was riding. Because he works at the Harley Davidson for, I don't know,
Yeah.
15, 20 years. One of the mechanics there. So yeah, that's just neat. You're out on the road.
Keith Fobb and Thomas Bailey and Brown Chicken. I saw Casing Ghost up there a while ago. Rod Benjamin, Rob. Let me see. Oh, you got a good Thomas Bailey. Got a whole house full here.
No doubt.
What's up, Keith Fobb? What's up, Mark?
It's always great to see people come by and greet you.
Up
Good
top.
morning. You know, it's like
Absolutely.
it's like a big family, really. You know, wish you knew a little bit more. Like you could actually sit in the same room and have coffee with others and chat. But we're doing this.
Yeah, it's almost
Rob-
like going
Rob-
to Waffle House.
Yeah, Rob Benjamin, you warming, you thawing out. I know everybody asks you that because you're from like Minnesota. You know, if you're from Minnesota, there's a good chance that shit's still cold. My cousin got a new motorcycle, bought a 2024, kind of a white, dirty white, look like dishwater white. It's a cool white street glide.
Yeah. I wish I had a chair I could throw through the window so it'd be more like a, Waffle House atmosphere.
Yeah, shit going on. Guy's still going from last night, and you're there in the morning trying to have a nice breakfast.
I took my daughter when she came down from Washington a few years ago to the Waffle House when we went to Mobile, or we went down to the beach.
Yeah,
And she had already, that its reputations around the world. If you want a good breakfast and a fight, that's the place to go.
yeah, dude. Been a while since I experienced those days, but yeah, what is it? The International House of IHOP? Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a place I would go. I loved the country steak and gravy.
no,
So good.
And they also have silverware, real genuine silverware.
Yeah. That other people have eaten off of. You were like good to go.
No plastic forks and
Got
spoons.
spots here, man. Like,
Yeah.
suck it up. It could be plastic.
yes, yeah, exactly.
Suck it up.
Suck it up.
I never looked at that stuff. I would have to be like a chunk on there or something like, oh,
Oh, I
okay.
would look. I would always look.
Yeah. I don't even think about it much. I just assume everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. And then you get too much information and stories, But yeah, going in there late at night after you've been having a good time and your mouth is still going.
Yeah.
Check it out.
up,
This is just hard to beat right here. No matter which restaurant. And we cooked that yesterday. That's a cheeseburger. I mean, you can see a slice of cheese on the plate and melted on the top.
She's
And
beautiful,
inside
man.
there, it was a most juicy burger.
I think I give
Black
that a 10.
Angus, macaroni salad, baked
That's a 10.
beans, onion rings.
Yeah.
That's serious.
You got you a Bo Derek burger right there.
Yeah, buddy.
You remember Bo Derek?
Oh,
Bo Derek? That was
yeah.
like big. Yeah.
Her and her old husband did that really good movie, 10.
Mm.
She had that little beads in her hair when she come up out of the water and everything was swinging, her beads was swinging and everything was swinging. Everything was swinging.
Yeah, it was. You're like, oh, wow.
Hey, Flip Elliott.
I was pretty young. I was a pretty young kid. So when I saw that, it was memorable. Here I am, 61, 62, still talking about it.
What's up, Flip?
Yeah, Flip. Good day. Good morning. Yes, it's morning.
Yeah, you drinking
Somewhere in Carolina, like Western Carolina or something.
Oh, look at it. Look at there. Look at what Keith Bob is saying. Oh, yeah.
Plastic.
She wanted to add to her family heirlooms.
Come on up there, 2-4. You got them?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, 2-4?
Made my receptions a little better today than the other day when I tried to come in. It was terrible.
I didn't even notice. Good to see you, bro.
Now, let me pop you a top on a coal in there, 2-4.
Yeah, a little early yet. 10 o'clock in the morning here. I guess I could, but no.
Just in case, nah. Might want to get something done today.
I bet you'd have a cold beer with old Mac this early.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have a cold beer with you at any time of day, bud.
Frost.
Hey, all right.
Absolutely.
Anytime at all.
Damn near break my sobriety just to do that with you.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna wake up some morning. I'm gonna be sitting on your front porch.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
That's crazy, Key Fob.
Mm.
Key
How's
Fob.
my
Really?
reception there this morning? Is this coming in okay?
Yeah, you sound good, pretty good
Yeah.
for
Freaking
Nova
good, man.
Scotia.
Nova Scotia, yeah.
Yeah. No, you're not chopping up or nothing. You sound things working seem just fine. A little bit of slight jerky delays, but it ain't no big deal.
I'm Breed. What's
You're
up?
here. We get to say howdy, and that's all that matters. Fellowship.
Exactly.
The front wheel
Ooh.
pulled off the bike yesterday. Fucking,
Yeah.
Yeah, we
It's
saw
still
Yeah.
it.
It's kind of depressing that I got to replace them rotors, but
yeah.
I don't know what happened to that one rotor. There's no sign of heat on it or nothing. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe the bike got leaned against something at some point in its life and bent it a bit. I don't know.
They're so
Yeah.
tempered you wouldn't think they would go anywhere. You know,
Yeah.
they tell you, like when I was looking into like sport bikes and stuff, you know, your stuff heats up, obviously. And if you heat up real hard and come to a stop and you sit there and you hold your pads on there, they say you can actually get
Yeah.
what you
I
should
don't
let
even
off
use
on your pads when you can too. So a little practice of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To
I don't even
prevent
use the
any-
brakes a whole lot, really.
Yeah.
The engine
Yeah.
stops me more than the brakes ever do.
Yeah.
We
I'm a
like-
downshifter.
Oh well. 472 bucks for two rotors from Harley Davidson, OEM style.
And what
Damn.
Oh, is right.
that's $34 American.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shit ton of beer, is what it is. That's gonna cut
That's
into my
a
beer
ton of
supply.
beer.
In a way, it almost makes you wonder because a lot of stuff that you get like that, you go and your bike's not really like American made anymore. You
No,
go,
What's
why
up,
not just buy the off-brand stuff that's
Yeah.
being repurposed
Yeah.
and sold with the Harley name under it? The same damn thing, you know. I can't say
Yeah.
that for sure, but it does make
Yeah.
you a little like, who do you trust anymore, you know?
Yeah,
And you
I
want to
can't-
trust your Harley, you know, it's been tried and true for how many years now? It's more questionable, isn't it?
yeah. Some stuff like cosmetic stuff, I will order overseas parts, but when it comes to
Those
brakes or
brakes, I
internal
know.
engine parts or anything, I'd rather get it right from Harley.
You'd rather
Yeah.
say at least I didn't go super cheap and screwed myself, you know, and even
Yeah.
if it is the
No,
same, you don't know.
I ordered them this morning. I've called them up and they told me the price. That's for two rotors and the hardware, the two sets of hardware to put new bolts
Yeah.
in. $472.
They don't know you need groceries this month, I guess.
Yeah, they're awful proud of them rotors. Is all
Yeah,
I can
that's what
say.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn Picasso.
Key
Picasso
Fob.
rotors.
Key Fob. I saw Froggy the other day. He's around. He's good.
Yeah, the 16th. When is that? And we got 2 days. I might have a Frogzilla cup in my hand.
There you go.
That's what it says. I think that's the first thing I've ordered from any channel ever.
I
I
ordered
wish I
that.
could if I had.
I ordered that part yesterday, Moto, for my,
Oh, good.
for
Yeah.
my media mod.
Yep. Fantastic. On the way.
Did you get your
That'll
front tire
save
yet,
you some
Matt?
hassles. Say
Gonna get
again?
what?
So did you get your front tire yet?
Yeah, it's in, and I'm going to have it put on Wednesday.
There you go.
We can't go today; they're closed today. I'd love to ride over today. It's going to be up in the high 80s, and
Woo.
you know, it'd be a beautiful ride. Wednesday is going to be like 70.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
And I
cold
ain't
and raining
complaining.
here.
70 is still good riding weather.
He was able to mount, balance in it. Oh, yeah. You did tires yesterday. That's right, Rob.
Yeah. It's all right. You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
What are you doing,
Oh, you're
kid?
talking to somebody else. Damn.
Talking to Leia. I'm
I thought he
sorry.
was talking to me over here going, yeah, I'm fucking great, man.
Well,
Thanks for asking.
I did have to take a couple of aspirins this morning and rub some of that stuff on my knees for that GMO or whatever that stuff on my knees there, so they'd start working. But other than that, I'm all right. Sick. I'm glad you asked, buddy.
Yeah. Gee, I was waiting for a hell of a punchline coming up on that one. But that's still all right.
Well, we got to see 6 dogs loose yesterday, running wild, just running wild.
Yeah,
Crazy.
they had different emotions when he did the ride by, and yeah.
Oh, that's right. You had a completely different view at the dogs go.
Yeah, you went out of your way to entertain us a bit. That was great. And your view, did you go through your footage a little bit more and kind of pretend to get it ready to edit?
I did. I have a lot of editing to do after the show.
Yeah.
Sick, can you bring up my little short that I did of Theo yesterday?
Oh yeah, he's a little bit beefy, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's been getting treats.
Yeah, I did that song "Waddlin" or whatever.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
He
Looked like a big fur ball with a head sticking out of it.
That's it. Yeah.
Roly poly.
Are you looking for it, Sick? You doing?
I'll get some there.
Okay, I'll get some. Yay! Thanks for asking. Keyfob says. Yeah, GMO. That's I don't know either. Get more or something. I don't know what's a GMO.
You remember seeing him running after? Remember back in December, I had to bring him home and give him surgery. And to see him run, man, what a pleasure it gives me. All I done is spoke his name. He looked around. I was way out of his sight, and I had the camera zoomed in, and he could hear me, but his eyes hadn't found me yet. And then when he focused on me, my God, that little fat butt of his just come running to me.
That's great. Flip says, "Hey Mac, what's up?" Springs. Okay, we'll look.
Got the one, Mac?
That's it, buddy. Watch it when he hears my name. He's looking for me.
Hey, I know that guy.
There he goes.
He's so happy.
Something else.
It's like his instinct is to give it, get up in high gear and go see you. You know, let's do it.
That's great,
good, man.
That's funny.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess I left the door open the other day, and Leia stood in the shadows, and then Jade completely came out of the house, out of the garage, barking at me after I left down the road. And then I drove by with the drive-by, and she started running up the friggin' lawn. And then I came back around, I came down, and I pulled in, and she starts running. She's not even afraid of the bike, dude. She runs right up to the motorcycle. It running loud. She stood behind it, stood there. I was like, dude.
Hey, I was going to tell Sterling Wheel the stuff that I use for my arthritis and stuff. It comes from Washington State, and it's got THC, CBD, or whatever. It's got everything in it. It's formulated for pain. I mean, it's not for consumption. You rub it on, and my gosh, it does it. Yeah, Sterling Wheel Trucking Company is trucking delivery. It really, I got it from my wife, Ruth. She had bad knee problems, and the stuff is really. I mean, it's one. It's not one of them things like snake oil where, they pretend you feel good. No, it really you feel the relief.
Effect.
Yeah, it's like the placebo effect is right.
And if you rub it on your legs, on your knees, or your feet, the dogs cannot resist it. I mean, they're lured to it.
Really?
You have to keep they'll lick every bit of that right off your feet. One time I was at my sister's house, and I went over and got a new supply, and I'd rub my knees and stuff with it. And I was sitting there in my short pants, and old Theo would come up, and we was talking about stuff. and I could feel him licking me, but I wasn't paying no attention. Before you know it, he's down in the middle of the floor. He is higher than a kite.
Oh,
And then,
jeez.
oh yeah, she's got a little girl dog, and he got amorous. Went over and mounted the little dog, and she bit him in the lip, and he shook his head, and she's like a little mosquito, and he finally flung her off in his lip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love is hell, man.
Don't give me no lip.
That's outstanding. Oh man, you can't make that up.
Yeah, my sister, she's laughed to this day. That's Joy. When she ever see her pop in here and say, "Hey, I understand you people get dogs high."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Hey, Gloria.
I was gonna say, as much as she's been around, that she's never seen you up on stage before is kind of rare, because you come up. I mean, not a lot, but often enough, and glad you do, man. But yeah, she's like, I get to see you finally. That's what's nice. Well, you could get up here too, Gloria. We get to see you.
Yeah.
We don't get very many chicks up here. We could use a little chick scenery. Everybody in agreement?
We give
Agreement? No? Yeah.
we give Jade CBD oil with her dinner.
Guess not.
Way up there in Washington, you can buy it for your dogs when they're afraid of storms, and if they're a nervous dog, oh my gosh, that stuff works so good.
You'll
Yeah.
walk for hours. Yeah. Be too stiff. You're crazy.
Yeah, that's great. It's key fob.
Genetically modified orgasms.
Organism.
Okay. Oh, the GMO?
GMO.
Yeah, you got that. Is that CBD oil?
That's
You sure?
THC oil. It's
Yeah,
30%,
okay. Yeah.
30% THC. You just drop it a couple drops under your tongue, and you're good to
Yeah.
go for a while.
Okay. No shit.
Oh yeah, we were all like chickens up there. We all sitting around, and my sister had the little eyedropper, and she was coming around. We all had our mouths open. She was dropping us drops under her tongue. Just like feeding a bunch of chickens.
That's awesome.
That's some heavy medication, I would assume. I've never heard of it, but hey.
That's funny.
You got to keep in mind, my sister, she's up at the age, up there in the same age bracket I am. It's just hard to imagine a person of her age giving all of us DVD or THC, and man, we're all adults now. If by almost 85 years old, for me, if I'm not an adult, I'll never will be.
Oh, we lose Mac.
Well, body wise, we are. Did
I go away?
Morning,
Yeah,
John.
Moto, am I still here, or did I go away?
I hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
I know. That's how I feel sometimes too when I talk and make comments like, is this on?
No.
I'm not getting my response I need.
No,
I
2-4
take my
thought
basketball and go somewhere else.
2-4 thought I'd went away.
Oh, did he? Okay.
What's up, John?
Starting to lose signal here on my end. I can see.
Oh, were you? Damn it.
Yeah. What's up, Jessica?
You better give that internet a little bit of that THC under the tongue too. It might shape up for you. Oh, wow. Hey, we're just gonna work and forget about giving him a bad connection. On any lip, I'd scrape it off. Jeez.
Nice. Nice, Thomas.
Probably more foreskin in there than anything. Could you help me? You remember doing that when you were a kid, or you such a hurry to go out and play you forget about? That's a bad thing.
Oh, and you see this? Read what's Sterling said.
And she was going over cream on my neck. Staring.
Where do you buy this? Where do you buy this?
You come up with that shit, man?
Where do you come up with that shit, Sterling?
I want to know where you buy the boner cream.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Mac wants to know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
what's
you,
you doing? I'm self-massaging again.
you-
Like, oh, damn.
you go over
Oh,
and ask the guy at Walmart, but you got any boner cream? He'll get on that microphone.
oh,
Do we have any boner cream in the back there? The man up here needs some boner cream. Bring a big tube of boner cream.
can we have a
The guy
price
in the
check
white
on
beard up
boner
here.
cream, please? Price
Yeah.
check on boner
He's up
cream.
here at register number 2.
Oh my God! I wish you hadn't brought him that boner cream. Clean up on aisle 5. Clean up on aisle 5.
Aisle 5. Clean up on aisle 5.
Oh, shit. I gotta go get some more.
Oh,
Well, hopefully,
my
I'm just gonna
God.
get me some safe, heavy whipping cream. Okay, this
Whipping
stuff.
cream.
This is a little sour. I think. Get some fresh stuff. I'll be right back. I guess 2-4 left us. We were getting a little
2-4
bit
is,
too.
yeah,
We're getting a little too, vulgar up here, probably.
he's losing signal, I think.
I know.
When you broke out the whipping cream, he
The
left.
boner cream, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Jeez. Now we know why we don't get no ladies up here.
I know.
Yeah.
The animals.
Of course,
What's up,
you think I'm
Robert?
getting up here with you clowns. You're gonna
I'm
be
gonna
kidding.
try to improve myself.
Oh, Asia, sorry you had to hear
Oh,
all that if you
Asia.
did.
Sorry you have to.
But we're having good times.
I'm sorry you, Jessica, and
Yeah,
Lori,
oh, that's right. I know.
witnessed this.
It's all right. She's married. She knows. She got a kid in the house too.
Oh man.
I'm sure
So
Rob gets
funny.
joking a little bit, having fun. We all do. That's all it is.
hysterical.
Man, I'd rather have a good
Robert,
gut belly laugh than.
about that. Oh my God, that hurts just thinking about it.
Yeah.
That all makes me have a country tune come to mind.
That's
When
what
you
I
get
was saying.
thinking about that cream. I'm boner in the morning, boner in the evening, boner at supper time.
And
There you go. Damn.
look, Mom, no hands.
Look, Mom, no hands.
Well, that stopped it from falling on his face.
Oh God, I gotta stop.
Yeah.
Whew. I know my face is red too. I embarrass myself. I'm weird like that. Oh, I was only warning you, gentlemen, ladies, about the dangers of creams. I know. I was like, man, you just hope it's not the icy hot stuff, Who switched that up? That stuff will serious burn.
No, freezing.
Oh, Ben Gay, yeah. Icy hot, Ben Gay. Supposed to be good to help your muscles.
My shoulder is so.
Yeah, I'm glad you're having a laugh with this, Jessica. I feel better now. Okay, good. Ladies aren't too offended by our nonsense. Yeah.
Just boys being boys.
Yeah, I just learning stuff when I was a kid, man. After football practice, if you were pretending you're there and you need some Bengay or whatever for your sore muscles because you worked out so hard, and so I'm rubbing my legs down and thinking doing something good for myself like the adults do and whatever, and I took a swipe across the midsection to go to the other leg there, and
no good.
That stuff is not good on that type of skin.
Nope.
So I was like, wow.
That'll
learn you.
That'll learn you.
Yeah.
That'll teach you something.
Pee-wee's big adventure today.
Oh.
How long have you been gay? I don't know.
Ben Gay is a whole lot better than Bend Over.
Bend over.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Put some Viagra on that shoulder. Sick.
That's dude. My shoulder's killing me. So bad.
Well, if you lose your kickstand spring again, you know what to do.
Let it drop. Just let it drop. Let it fall.
Ben Gay works better than Ben By.
Robert's so funny.
Yeah. Ben By. Rob, you in the house, man. Woo! Good to see you. You may have been here a while, but I've I've missed you till now. And By only does half-ass job. Hello. Oh, Marge sent you? Large Marge.
Large.
Yeah. Oh, good Lord. Ben By works out too, so you've heard. Jeez. Sterling, what you doing? You still in Indiana? I don't know. I missed the premiere this morning. I did a partial rewatch, or what is it called? Replay gang.
Replay.
But it was so late, me getting up at 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then I knew I had to come down here, but I got some in. We'll get more later. He was in Indiana. Yeah.
I realized at 9:15 that I hadn't sent out any invitations.
Really? Yeah.
I was like, oh boy. I was like, I better start flying these invites out.
Hey, Modi, you going to get to work out? Oh, get to work outside. Yeah, I was gonna say, you ain't going to work.
Good
Talking
morning,
about-
Ray Moto.
Yes, Ray. You probably had your morning show this morning too. I think I saw it, and just like I didn't make nothing. It's up till almost 3 o'clock
Wow.
last night. Well, it was 2, but by the time you wrap stuff up and then you go, and then you lay down and find something interesting that hopefully that you'll fall, not that interesting that you'll fall asleep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I'm doing that.
I usually fall asleep to David Muir's World News Tonight.
Yeah. It's just not for a-holes. Yeah. Rick, your Bell and MotoBell are on hold till the move. I got to get back up to Carolina. Got to pick Fat Bob back up. Yes. The Fat Bob is coming home. Awesome.
Fat Bob coming back home. I thought
Stuff is going, hey, things change. Like, stuff happens. More will be revealed.
Base or
Yeah, I don't know.
is he allowed to have it on base?
Said yes, in 6 days till motorcycle. Oh, I know you got to be really freaking excited about that, Jessica. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, the class part and sitting in there, yeah, it's kind of boring, but then you get to go out and ride. Sometimes they split it up like we did. We had a rainy day, I think. So our first day, I did a 2-day class. They give you sometimes options of 3 or 1 day or, stuff like that. I took a 2-day and we did all our classwork, got it knocked out on a rainy day out of the way. The next day we went out and just did motorcycles all day. And I hate when you get a motorcycle that dies on you, and you have to give it extra gas. So you got to really be on the feathering of the clutch and all that to not look bad. But those are things, I guess, part of you got to learn too. Because if your motorcycle's running a little rough, you got to know how to keep it going and get in and out of traffic and get your butt home, Did you have fun?
Mr. Gregory's out riding.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
What's up, Jade? What's up, kid?
I'm seeing all these fish pictures on Facebook and stuff. They have tournaments on Sundays, and people holding up nice fish and
making you jealous, making you want to go out and
yeah. They're all beat up today, but they might have a few that it lessens your chance. But it's a whole lake there, and it's probably a lot of bed fishing, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I wanted to say to a wannabe farmstead, she's getting her license, her motorcycle license. I got mine at the age of 81 years. I had to go up and take the whole thing because here's what happened. We were at a big bike show and they was talking, the conversation was about having that thing on your driver's license. And everybody said, no, you after a certain period of time, you don't have to have it. I've been at that point, I'd already been driving a motorcycle for over 65 years, you know, and the patrolman that was there that escorted us in and out. He said, "Oh, absolutely, you have to have them." And the law changed in Alabama, and you have to have that endorsement on your license. And so anyhow, I go up there and I had to get an appointment. But everybody over there, when I was doing the written portion, everybody in that office, you know, you do it on a monitor, and when as soon as I hit the enter my thing, they could see it on their screen, and they all started applauding. I was the oldest one to ever take the test in the state of Alabama at that time, the driver's test.
That's why there was
there was applauding.
Had a little alert on you out there.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So you're never too old to learn.
Trophy, anything? Huh? Participation trophy, anything like that? For the award? Mac?
No, all they've done is put the M on my license.
M. That was good enough. That was your trophy.
That was it.
So all that riding you did previously was...
Had I stayed in Alabama all my life, I would not have had. I'd have been grandfathered in. But see, I came from Washington back to Alabama.
Yeah.
That means after the law had changed, now I'm required just like a regular person.
It's kind of funny when you have a CDL most of your life that they figure that you need but you know, like you're not going to learn how to drive before you go out and drive, whether it was a motorcycle or something much lower classed, M class. Nothing like a class.
I'd been driving over the road and driving all kinds of combination of trucks.
Yeah.
And I had a thing, we called it an endorsement for a combination. And then before that, a chauffeur's license. But when they introduced the new CDL, I had to actually go take a CDL test.
Yeah.
Even though I'd been driving for years.
Yeah. Yeah. Like what do they do like when you want to drive a bulldozer, or you want to do some equipment and whatever, and sometimes you have to be on the actual roads once in a while. Like, and if you're a trucker and you're actually hauling that stuff, I mean, you don't have a license for every damn thing you drive.
When we was on the Minuteman team, you had to haul, a lot of times you had 6-wheel drive trucks, you had to haul stuff in to your site, and you had to haul stuff away from your site. When the site is closed, the Soviet satellites that goes over, they record what's on the site, and you have to have everything has to be moved off. So everybody has to be able to drive, and they give you what they call a GSA license, Government Service Administration.
Yeah.
They don't give it to you. You have to go take a test for it.
Yeah, you got tanker and triples endorsements. Now that
I had hazmat too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you put yourself available for any type of hauling you need to do when you have those extra things. There's nothing you can't do, I guess. You just got to have them.
You might say our stuff that we was hauling, I didn't do the driving of the truck. I was an escort vehicle out to the site because I was a site command, and that means I have to authenticate to get us into the gate. So they had to have me to get them in to the site. And so, we would get house pay because the thing we had hauling sometimes had 1 million tons of explosive on it. 1 million tons.
It's nuts.
It's hard to even think about something that has 1 million ton of anything.
Is there American Star? Is that a truck?
That sounds like a company.
Well, I'm thinking of
there's
an actual truck brand. Like there was it's an elite truck.
I've seen
Sterling would know. I'm sure. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting. There's a guy from Canada that hauls like
TransStar. There's several of them that's got the star on it, like International has a star. Sterling, he'll have the answer.
I know they're like a cream of a crop truck, but anyway, he gets one of those and has these super long trailers. Sometimes they're not even. I think the wheels have their own turning in the rear, so that when they're hauling extra large, oversized, super long loads, they can make their turn and keep the back of the trailer still going straight to get around the corners and stuff. It's crazy, the type of hauling and what he does, and I've watched that a lot. It's been a while, but I was thinking about getting back in and driving to do something different there for a while. It was just, but never happened. That's why I was just watching a lot of videos to refresh my brain of how wicked of a job it is. Oh yeah, Bob Brainy commented too on one of your videos. You're happy to share and educate about it. I learn everything through trial and error. Still learning. Yeah, YouTube University here for a lot of stuff.
Thomas, I think I'm pretty positive Sterling has hazmats, everything.
Yeah,
triple trailer.
probably.
Articulate.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
He said that earlier. I took the course when I was 16 at community college. Same here, thinking I knew everything. Same here. I was wrong. Same here. I'm grateful I learned so much out of the class. Same here. Same.
You
sound just like me. Yeah. You have no hazmat, but you'd be surprised how much Western Star. I think that's it. Yes. Hazardous waste isn't hazmat. Yeah.
Hazardous waste isn't hazmat.
Well, if they categorize stuff like that, it's more money.
The hazmat classes are really intense. I mean, you've got to have to get that little thing on your endorsement. Yeah, it's a serious. They take it serious.
Most used batteries and most oil is not hazmat.
Yeah.
Even though it's hazardous material.
Yeah.
Like us, even at the shop, we used to have hazmat guy come by to take our waste of what we throw in our trash can while we're working.
Yeah.
And come to find out, and they charge you for that, because they got to come there and pick it up, and it's hazmat. We had to have a labeled trash can and all that. And now we don't need none of that crap. I mean, it's really no different than like shaving or nicking yourself. And I mean, the amount of, you know, blood or whatever, but now they got it. Well, if you can't squeeze it like a surgery room, squeeze blood out of stuff and have it drip, and you don't need that. So we don't even have to have that no more. But for a while there, we had to pay. So,
yeah. Huh.
Interesting, they're labeling it, it's good money and it's good safety for, whatever reason. I mean, nobody wants to, especially if you're using sticky stuff, the needles, they go in a hazmat,
Yeah.
But now we got cartridges, everything is stuck inside, it ain't exposed, so I don't know.
It's all sealed up, and when you open everything,
see, unloading has waste now. Yeah. You did the work to get the has endorsement, apparently. Bike videos recently. Really? I used to watch them. Now I just watch the community stuff. I used to learn all I could about bikes and different videos, and no time for that now. Tom says, just curious, we have only one hazmat vehicle in this city, and it's owned by a pharmaceutical company. City doesn't own one.
We had a hazmat truck. The company did that had plutonium in a capsule about the size of a basketball. And what they would do, they had a special cradle and a 500-foot tether, and they would take and drag this helicopter would lift it up off the ground. The helicopter would be 500 foot above it, above the silo, and we were down there. We had components had to be X-rayed, and we had put 36 foot of film around the what's called the box beam area, very critical area in the silo. And he would lower it down, and when he got around right in the center, then he would power up this thing, and it would radiate out and develop all the film all the way around, 36 foot of film at one time. We all had to be 500 a foot or more away from it when he radiated it.
Yeah.
And here's what happened: out of 630 of us people that was doing that work, 300 died from radiation over a period of years. And you don't die immediately.
No, a long suffering.
It just
Imagine
made
that
me.
would be too,
It
wouldn't
just made me stronger.
Apparently. Yeah.
I'm part bionic.
You're still running off that nuclear energy, aren't you?
Oh yeah, we had a radiation accident. They put me in the hospital for 4 days in Warrensburg, Missouri, and I lost 20% of my lungs and great big old black spots. So every time they X-ray me, they see these big, huge scars inside my lungs. And you hear me breathing when I'm in my helmet. I have to suck in a lot of air.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad day for a lot of us.
You sound
it was
like
an
Jason.
accident.
Sound like the horror movies, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. Ooh. Okay, buddies, you're gonna get started on some stuff. Y'all have a great day. Yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah. I'm gonna take the boat out. That's what I'm gonna do. Be too much longer.
I watched a good movie last night, Moto, called Craven the Hunter.
Yeah.
And this guy, it was all about Marvel superhero kind of a guys. Oh man, if you get a chance to see that movie, it's pretty intense. And there's a guy that turns into a Hulk. He actually turns into a rhino in the movie. Man, the effects, it was unbelievable.
Weird. Yeah. The only rhino thing I remember skit was the Ace Ventura. You remember?
I remember Ace Ventura.
He was inside a rhino doing detective work, and he got so hot he ended up getting shooted out the back end and looked like he was getting born or whatever. And they got the family with the car, kids go by and see him coming out. Nobody knows that or remembers it. No. Okay. All righty then. Alrighty then. Moving on.
Well, alrighty then.
Yeah, it looked like it came out of the ass of the rhino and getting born. The kids were all traumatized, and they're just trying to do sightseeing. It's just some Ace Ventura humor. So it was good. You had to be there. You had to be there.
I remember that.
All right.
Now I remember.
Damn tough crowd here.
It was a long time ago.
Not really.
Robert, he died laughing seeing that. He loved it.
How many years ago was that?
It's a long time ago, but I just don't want to admit that.
All right. I don't want to admit that.
I'm in denial. Take the boat out. Sounds like fun. I know, right? I wanted to do that. I thought, man, I've shot footage out there on the GoPro before, and now that's tough to keep your GoPro going when you're out on the boat sometimes. Talk about overheating, and you're out in the 80, 90 degree weather, and you're not moving, and it's still. And I'll put like that little clamp thing you get with the extension arm and throw that on the boat motor. I don't know what you call it, throttle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and go haul ass down the boat. It looks cool. I like the footage and stuff. I mean, it gets old after a minute and a half, but it's neat at first. And then all this downtime, so I just don't keep it running. I wait till this is how bad I want to catch the stuff. Like, I don't want to catch a fish and not have it on camera. Like, I want to have that memory. I want to have that because it looks cool. I like it. I like to see it.
Yeah.
And so I'll get the bite and the whatever, and I'll like, oh, yeah, and I'll make sure I come up here real fast. Hopefully I've been practicing, know where the button is, hit it on, and wait to set the hook.
Yeah.
But you don't want to do that sometimes when they're really chewing, because then they'll get it in their throat,
Yeah, yeah,
and then you have a hard time getting it out, and a lot of times that'll kill the fish.
yeah.
But yeah, so there's that.
Yeah. Good morning, AU.
And a lot of times there's not good reception out there, because doing a live might not work so well. I know
Yeah,
but I
'cause
might try that one day too.
you're out in the middle of kind of nowhere, right?
Yeah, a little more out in the rural area for sure, where the reservoirs are, and just sometimes being on the lake don't work that well. You would think it would be. It's wide open. Like,
Yeah.
what's the water? Is the water affecting it? I think it's just.
Location.
Yeah, we're not going to give them no service out where they might be drowning or need help or emergencies going on or stranded. We're going to cut the service off out in that area.
You know,
That'll kill a few.
It takes track of the gene pool. You know, it
that's helping out.
It helps out the population.
Thinning the herd. Culling.
Yeah.
Just like we do with fish. Yeah, quick shoe. It will be. I died laughing the first time I seen that moto. Oh, yeah. The Ventura. Ace Ventura. Freaking great. Pet Detective.
Yeah.
They were both awesome. Because we saw him, on In Living Color, and then one day he's doing a movie. Like, well, that might be good, because Fire Marshal or Bill or Dan or whatever he was freaking hilarious on those. And he just kind of took that same character, and
he had a rubber face. I ain't kidding you.
Oh yeah, and he's pretty good at impressions. Like, he can look like Clint Eastwood pretty easy. And what was the other one? Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson,
Yeah, his face is just incredibly stretchable, like Max said. Yeah, East Ventura. What'd you say? Yeah. Kids thought they were going to really witness a rhino being born right there in front of them until these weird arms started coming out and doing all this. Like, ooh, that's not a rhino. That's not a rhino, kids. Let's move on.
Rhino.
Oh, AU says good morning to everybody. Good morning to you too, brother man.
You.
It was a hilarious. The second one, yeah. The second one was a little more pretty cool. I liked them both, but second one I think had a little more. Especially the scene where he finds the African tribe and wasn't allowed on the holy ground or whatever inside the tent. It was a sacred place. And of course, like the little kid and all of us, had to put his foot over there when nobody was looking and do a little dance. And then they're sneezing up snot on each other and laughing and making jokes. It's a great show. Great show. If you like that stuff. I did. I still do. 95. Yeah. Wow. That's what, 30 years old? Do the math. Anybody? 25? Yep, 35. That's tens. It's counting by tens. I should have that no problem. Yeah, I forgot it was actually filmed in Texas. Yeah. Chicago. Somebody will remember that. Bill Grady White boats there. Never heard of a Grady White.
You never heard of a Grady White?
Grady White is popular.
No. I've heard of Glastron. Heard of Well Built. Heard of Lund. Ranger. Never a whiteboard. White boats. Grady White. The only Grady I know is from Sanford and Son.
He's my favorite.
Yeah. He was good, man. Having space issues with my phone. You need more storage? Do you go into the ocean or river? No ocean. Rivers, yes, around here. Some is brackish, some is mostly fresh, but being as close as we are to the ocean, a lot of it has a teeny bit of salt. And I'd never been fishing and had my bait robbed so often, and come to find out they were what are they, little crabs. They could, and my bait would look like somebody just took a scissors and cut my worm off, you know. And I'd be hook setting for an hour thinking, I'm going to get back down there. I'm going to get that fish. I'm going to get that fish. And one day you pull up, a little bit of the crab will come up and you see a little blue gray crab. I'm like, oh, because they cross-contaminate with each other, not, you know, in the water. They'll get up in there. Bass will be in the same water as a crab, you know, freshwater bass.
Have a good day, Quick Chew.
Loved it in living color too. Yeah, that was good. The Fly Girls, they were fun. The mask, his face is rubber. Yeah. Well, a lot of special effects in there. Dropped out the back.
Rocky Dennis. Is that what he's talking about?
Who? What?
The Mask?
Yeah, the Ace Ventura's The Mask.
Oh,
The movie. The
I thought he was talking about the movie The Mask about Rocky Dennis. With
Phil
shit.
Berner, good morning, gentlemen in the chat. I hope your excursion yesterday at the new Pancake House was awesome.
Ooh,
Remember, he was getting ready to go out. Chicago. You know what I see, Robert? You relating, man. You relating. You know.
Fafafui.
Well, boys and
Fafafui.
girls, I got to go pull my Harley out from under the shed and go give it a good bath.
Fired
'Cause
up,
we're going to
yeah.
go for a ride, and I want it to look good when we're out
Nice.
in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, with that, let me say good morning to each and every one of you. Sterling, be safe out there in your big
Hey.
rig. Rob's neighbor, Thomas Bailey, Will Burner.
Yeah. Jessica.
Oh, everybody knows who you are. So,
Jessica,
hey,
Gloria.
thanks, guys, for letting me be on this morning.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Mac.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Daddy Bush. Yeah, I want to go do a, fishing.
Get your boat ready?
Fishing. Yeah, it's going to be like 80 degrees, so it's like great time. I need to get that. I got that Yamaha 15 horse. It says 9.9 on the side, but, false advertisement. So you can haul ass a little bit more at the bass tournaments, right?
Yeah.
I went on a sailboat up there. I guess it was in the James River. Yeah, James River. Yeah, I fished on the James River. The Chickahominy goes as like a river off the river.
Yeah.
They're connected. So that's where I usually fish. And then they dam it, and above that is called Chick Lake. But it's still a river. But yeah. Great fishing, a lot of weed, a lot of grass.
Yeah.
On those, a lot of hiding spots for them in the summer. It's almost impossible to dig them out of that grass. They're trying to, they're damn near boiling in the water at that point,
Yeah, they're hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went as Fire Marshal Bill. That's the guy. Yeah. Halloween one year. So freaking good. Let me tell you, don't you ever do this, kids. Do not do this at home. He'd fry himself all the time. Listen, having the crabs at the end of your worm. I know. It's like an STD problem, isn't it?
Jade,
all right.
The phone went off, Jade.
Woo!
The phone dinged, Jade. Is that any reason to go up to the window and growl at something outside?
Sorry, you guys. You didn't stay long enough to read your goodbyes, Mac. Oh, Mac, everybody's still saying goodbye to him. Said her new gas can filled with water. Walked around spilling it everywhere. Yeah. That's a little funny. But, oh, don't do that. What are you doing? It's just water in a gas can. But that was hilarious. Hear that? There
Nice.
we go. Last of my coffee.
Nice to have a extra.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, for a Keurig cup. They got those, they call them CAWFFEEs or whatever. For the 2.0s, and they got an extra big filter you can pack up, and kind of
Nice.
thermal. It doesn't, like, the coffee's really not that hot no more. And I just made it, what, an hour ago? I need to put it in a Yeti cup. Them Yetis will keep your stuff hot for a long time. That thing's just really crap. And I guess it's good if you have a couple, 2, 3 people out in the patio. Everybody gets a cup. Mm-hmm. It's Luke. That's Luke coffee. I'm excited for Matt. Get to go out and ride some new roads. Hope his front tire does well. He's waiting for a new one for some reason, so. But it don't stop him. Tire getting a little shady never stopped me, huh? Maybe. Usually they tell me, like, when I bring it, they're like, oh, you need a new tire. And I look at them like I'm in shock. You got to be kidding. I don't see no cords yet. You know, like, you don't do that with motorcycle tires, Dean. You get one chance. Like, oh. Nah, but like the side, especially on a cruiser, you're never going to use up that stuff on the side unless you're racing or something, got a extra built bike. But on the road, you're just, you know, you only get so much lean. That stuff on the edge looks like brand new. But whatever they put for that measurement on there, where, you know what I'm saying, the little knob things in the slots, when it gets wore down.
I was surprised when I watched the video on that FXR video, how when I made the left into my street.
Yeah.
Remember the one I commented on, and we were watching it, I think, together.
Some lean. Had some lean
like,
going.
wow, I really leaned it over pretty damn far. I was like, my foot almost touched the ground. I was like, damn, the peg almost touched.
You lean like that at 120 miles an hour, I'll be like,
no,
wow.
I mean, well, depends on how it feels. You know, if it feels steady and tight, you know, then yeah.
That's a tough trust. Like when I had the sport bike, you know, I watched a lot of, what do they call it, MotoGP and stuff, and you're like, wow, those bikes can, you know, basically lay down on its side and still take a corner.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, you know, gosh, that would be fun to try to come close to that, you know. So I would push it a little bit on the street, not fast, you know, but 30, 45 mile an hour ones, you know, stuff like that, where you can take that turn and come around, get on the next road when it's all clear.
Yeah.
And some roads, it's like when they're more, you know, you got smooth, super flat surface, you know, that's nice and smooth. And then you have some that's more bumpy in the tar, you know what I'm talking about? Like it's more coarse.
Yeah.
I don't know which one is which. You have less rubber on those, right? So you feel like you'd slide off. Anyway, just trusting tires when you don't know the limit.
You have to
even if you know the limit, if you get on a different surface, that's why being on a track is the only way to really test that stuff, because basically you'll have the same surface. How you doing?
Greetings,
Indiana?
children.
Great. Was you expecting that answer? Yes, I was. Just great.
We're in Michigan.
Michigan now. You've been hauling ass. Been hauling ass.
Not really. I sat all weekend.
I know you were like, what, 48? The
No,
first 48 hours.
The trip was only, I think, 160 miles. Only paid $300, and got delayed at the shipper this morning because they're like 8 o'clock appointment. We didn't know about that. I said, look at the papers, and they go, oh, you got an 8 o'clock appointment.
Yeah. When was your Deadhead that what you did this morning, your premiere? When was that filmed?
That was last week.
Oh,
I'm about 4 days behind on the videos, and then there's a video that I need to produce, but it's extremely depressing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want anyone to see it, so I edited a totally different video instead.
Yeah. Well, maybe do a members thing, or not even. If it's
there's no members on Sterling Trucking Delivers right now. It's too small.
That's right. Yeah.
But we were looking for loads this morning, trying to salvage what's going on, and see if it's worth it to do this crap anymore. And so far, the answer is maybe.
No. Maybe.
The trucking market has completely collapsed, basically.
That's a struggle. And how long will that last for? I mean, is that something you can endure and go through, or is that just like, well, what else you can
blamed on? Like, what is that? What's doing that?
There's overcapacity, and everyone's worried about the tariffs. So shippers and receivers are kind of holding back. They're not shipping anything in order to maintain prices. Plus, it's the middle of the month, so there's not a need to move inventory. And it's basically we're all screwed. And it's been a sliding scale for 2 weeks now. Like every time I book a load, it's 20% less than historical value every time. Like right now, we were looking at loads get me down to Jacksonville, and that load usually pays from where I'm at usually about $3,200, and they're at like $2,100, and they're disappearing. Like people are taking them, and there's so much desperation in the market right now. People will take anything, and I'm one of those people. I am the problem. I am taking cheap freight, but there's what do? Do you take cheap freight, or you just sit in a truck 1,900 miles from home?
Union workers used to strike against that because of scabs, what do they call them, right?
Yeah,
there's take the cheap work, and it would.
In the trucking industry, the union only represents roughly 12% of every truck driver.
Yeah.
And Wheelburner was looking for my interesting shifter. It's right here, right there.
Take this down. There we go.
Right there.
Hey, but you don't have a pair of feet up there.
That's how we shift the truck right there.
Warm up.
Shift the truck right there.
Yeah, I'm actually supposed to put my mouth on it, but it's vulgar on a live show.
Yeah.
I don't want to be vulgar around here.
It's just real life, right?
Yeah, it's innocent. Really,
innocent.
You're not supposed to judge me because I do that.
No judgments.
No.
No judgments
about that.
But like everything's kind of gone to crap this morning. We can't get anyone to answer their phones to book me a load, and so I got time to sit here with you kids and see what adults do for a living.
Oh, wow. It's my day off today, so I'm just not working.
Okay.
That's
freedom.
All. Sunday and Mondays, I get to play.
Yeah. Which one of you is the pothead again?
Oh, that would be me. I'm getting the bong ready right now.
Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Proper.
Yeah, proper.
Sterling.
Acceptable.
Very nice.
Very good.
Very good. Proper.
You hold that up with pride. That's like a trophy. That's a Grateful Dead trophy.
Interesting lamp you got there, sir.
Yeah.
You
rub it like a genie? I dream a genie.
He rubs it. He rubs it, and the smoke goes out, and then he inhales the smoke and forgets what his wishes were.
Hey. Bad.
What did I wish again?
Dude, I get so absent-minded, like, in stairs and everything. Like,
so
that's what it does to me.
I've been doing this thing lately, and I don't know what started it, but it's been confusing the ice, the creamer, and making of the coffee. All of those things, confusing all three of them. So one day I poured creamer in the bong, okay, and another time I tried to put ice in my black coffee.
Okay.
So that was interesting. needless to say, I had to clean up both of those things. Coffee was junk and had to wash out the bong.
And blowing lamp.
So
blowing glass, are we?
This is why we don't allow drugs in the trucking industry, kids.
This is why. Yeah.
Because the freight's supposed to go in the trailer, not on it.
Not on it. Yeah.
You know, or next to it.
Or next to it.
Or show up and show up at a receiver and like, oh, I forgot to load the trailer.
Yeah.
And then laugh a little.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'll go back and get that stuff.
Yeah.
Hold on. Just wait here. I'll be back.
I'll be back. Yeah. Hang on. Hold on a minute. I'll be back.
Oh, that's great.
Need a freeze pipe.
I'm pretty sure they sell insulated bongs. You know?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Well, this is a Cheech and Chong. This is a nice one. I got it. Yeah.
I thought it was a dead one or something because of the way it was decorated.
It's got the it's the astronauts. It's got the space guys on it.
Yeah.
Astronauts.
It was from like their next movie or something. They did.
No, I don't know. They have all different kinds of ones. I got another one too. I had to break out my stash of bombs.
Ooh. Well, my StreamYard payment is coming up on the 22nd, and it's like I actually tell myself I'm not going to pay it, but
yeah, I don't know if I'm not going to be able to pay mine. There's another one.
As much fun and entertainment as I get out of it, it's going to be hard not to. But it's really
like, listen. I pay for StreamYard, but I don't have cable at home. You know, so it balances out, right?
Yeah. I like the justifiers that you use, and it's helping me to continue in my sickness. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
because that's what I'm gonna do. But anyway, but like I was thinking, like, because yesterday I couldn't. Well, I finally was, but the day before, and you plug in your instrument, it would all sound like you had noise canceling on. You know what that sounds like, right?
Yeah. And now, you got to go into StreamYard and shut it all off, basically.
All day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could not figure nothing out, and I spent hours. That's what kept me up late last, night too. Like it did work, so I finally kept using it and making different recordings and making sure that it was back and working, and it wasn't me. Like, anyway, it wasted a whole lot of my time. I was kind of pissed. I'm going like $400, and it wasn't even me. I don't think it was. I had everything, the settings like I do all the time, but you know how StreamYard will glitch you. Like the first coffee show I had, what did it do? Oh, it didn't give me no sound that day. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. What I do is I get all my settings figured out, and then I take a picture of it with my phone.
Mm-hmm.
That way, if something screws up, I look at the pictures and it's like, oh, that's how I need to set like my audio interface and stuff. Like I got all my switches.
So it had me even going through my computer and making sure all those settings and sound, because like, is there any noise cancellation stuff that comes on Windows 11? So you got to research and read, and
there's that. And then sometimes your computer will magically reduce its mic input volume for like no reason whatsoever.
I found that.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, what are you saying? Turn your mic. I got everything blasted up on high, and they're still struggling to hear me. Yeah.
And like what I'm using right now, I'm using my driver's headset, which like on what I'm using right now, my audio is really loud.
Yeah. It is good.
Got to answer.
And as we talked, he had to answer a phone.
He had to answer.
Yeah.
Cool.
Got business. Hopefully it's money.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's more money. What's Chasing Ghost say here? Freight is dead. I have seniority, and I am barely getting by. Many drivers I can't believe that you talk about stuff from 20 years ago. Like you look at Tara, there's no way you did something 20 years ago that would involve, like, she's been doing this stuff a long time, but I'm just saying you just don't look like you could have been too young. You must have been doing this like since probably what? trucking your whole life? Like you just out of school and basically went into trucking?
That's crazy, man.
Do I hear snoring? Is that Leia?
That's Bella's
Jay?
snoring across the
Bella?
room on the
That's
couch.
great. I hear that real light in the back. I was
That's
like,
Bella. Bella,
so
Bella, baby, sweetie.
he's like,
You
why does
sound
it bother me now?
like a
Just
truck
so
driver
distant.
snoring.
Oh, Wheel Burner Express. Damn, dude. Are you related to Evil Knievel? That's what I was thinking. You know, you didn't even get the for breaking all those bones. You got notoriety for it.
These bongs are yeah.
Let's
So there's a bong. I have two other bongs that have 3 stages, and they're like 4 feet. They're like ridiculous. They're like at least 3, and they're stupid. Like, you know, I don't even use. You know, I bought them a long time ago, and they're Cheech and Chong bongs. They were like $350 each. I got 2 of them.
Wow, of course.
This is 150 with $120 ash catcher on the front of it, which is broken at the end because
shit happens.
Shit happens.
You got 2 of them still, or?
Yeah, I got.
Wow.
I'll get the other one in the garage.
No shit. Wow. Damn, that's a hefty price. I'd be like, no, gotta save that for the weed. I'd do the Econo little wooden box with the brass bat. That was me. We had one cool one. It was a Reaper when I was younger. She went out of the top of the head, and then like it would be holding the little metal bong thing there, whatever. Yeah. You get rid of them soon. What are we getting rid of? Dude,
So,
there they are.
There's the bottom. It's a Cheech. There's the bottom.
Let's see that again. Sorry. Is there anything to look at? Any Cheech? Okay, yeah. Nice.
And then there's the middle. It's a diffuser.
Thing is huge. Yeah.
And then here's the top.
Wow.
And then these clips go on to clip them all together.
In the joints so they don't like fall apart. So like when you're
you got
passing it around,
holding it.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised it's still in one piece.
Yeah, you got clumsy stoners holding it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I was surprised you had 2. I was really waiting to hear the story. Good job, man. That thing's huge. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice, but it's just stupid money and stupid.
Yeah, but it's fun, you enjoy it. Like a bike and having accessories and customizing things, and
could you imagine being the guy knocking this over at a party?
Yeah, that'd be like shameful, wouldn't it? Like you're not getting an invite again.
Yeah,
and then they're not gonna buy you a new one. They're just there for the weed. That's the way it was. You got nothing? You got no weed? All right, we'll catch you later, man. Find somebody else. That was part of my operation in the day. I'm probably alone in that department. That's a monster, yeah. Yeah. Seems wasteful. I was a miser. Cheap. Do. Little interlude music. We wait for the king to arrive. King Bastard. Calling King Bastard. King Bastard has entered the room.
Here's the other one. See,
Yeah.
what's nice about these is you can only use, you don't have to use all 3 pieces. You can use 2 pieces and make it smaller.
And the diffuser you skip?
Yeah, like this is the third, this is the other
The
one.
inner.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and it's, they're all color matching.
Yeah. Yeah, either way you're gonna catch a buzz.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Don't help.
Yeah.
But it looks cool, right?
Yeah, that's fun.
That's kind of the visuals.
It's just, it makes it smoother. It takes a lot.
Oh, see, that's what I
it makes
wanted to know.
it takes a lot of the carbon out of the smoke.
Ah. Freaking. I didn't know. I wasn't an educated stoner. Yeah, I smell it all day, every day at work. When you work at a shop like I do, everybody's self-medicating. And, yeah. I'm just kind of glad I don't have that dependency anymore on that or any stuff now. Other things I do. Coffee. That can be a dependency or a drug. But if I didn't have it, I'd be like, okay. You're not going to suffer or go through maybe mental withdrawals, but
I think
caffeine can kind of
Jade, relax.
maybe give you headaches or something like that. I don't know. I get a headache no matter what. It just happens. Caffeine, more water, it makes the difference. Just when they come around, they come around. Stress from these damn glasses. Like, and then I'm looking down here on this small screen. I should have this shit on this. Sorry. Big screen up here where I can read it a whole lot better. I don't need these on. I get enough of that at work. I wear more powerful ones at work. Like those are 2.25. No, I can't see. I don't have my readers on now. Got to have readers to read what my reader. That's why I usually leave the little sticker on there. Everybody will say, Dean, you got the sticker on there. You left the sticker on. No, I didn't. I left it on so I know which pair is which. Are they the 225 or the 3 1/4? I put 3 1/4 on when I'm working. You want to see everything tied up on that line and perfection.
My everyday one, Thomas, is just 1 piece. It's not 2 pieces.
Yeah. Rolling paper are cheap. I don't like that. They waste weed too.
I think joints waste weed.
Yeah, that's what I said. They waste.
Yeah.
You get like really in a bong if you put the proper amount in that you are really gonna know that you're gonna absorb and you're gonna get the most efficient.
Exactly.
Out of that.
Yeah, that's one thing I've learned. Yeah.
Like even them little oneies in those bats, you got to keep those really clean and all that resin, because otherwise you're going to shortcut it and then you waste some stuff too, So it's like, yeah. I mean, if we all had unlimited funds, it wouldn't matter. Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
I just never. Even if I had it, I didn't want to waste it because I'm like, oh, I loved it that much.
It's a beautiful day out, but I gotta edit stuff, so I'm not gonna be going out. I don't think. I got a ton of stuff to do.
Let's wrap this up pretty soon. I want to go fish, and I don't want to, be rude and say shit and just leave you hanging. I don't want to be that guy.
I'm good. We had a long show. What time is it?
No, you had a real long one yesterday. That's why I said,
yeah, yesterday was crazy.
It was good though. I mean, we stayed entertained and had a good time, and you love the smell of it. Unless resin, that nasty resin smell, like bong water. Oof.
That's why I'm constantly changing that water, bro.
Yeah,
it was nasty after like 4 hits on bong water. Well, first of all, the ice melts and it gets too full, so you're forced to empty it.
Yeah.
To be honest, only after like 3 fills of ice, you still got to empty it.
Yeah.
And then I clean it like at least once or twice a week with the cleaner and shake it with the 420 stuff and everything. Like, I don't play games. Use salt sometimes, whatever. Vinegar if I have to. But I reuse it too, you know. I reuse the cleaner. It doesn't go bad, you know.
I'm surprised they don't have something you can put in the water that takes that smell away, you know, or just once it goes into the waste area. But then you gotta, anything that's in there could be toxic, so you'd have to be something.
Just rinse
it. Change it. Just change it.
Yeah. And just dump it.
Right, but it never goes away. Yeah.
Oh, I saw this bong at this dude's house. I was like, dude, how do you even smoke
my drug of choice?
I was like, it looks so gross.
In forever. Yeah. Well, that's good for you. We don't. Did wonders. Yes, I really enjoyed it, but it did do wonders for back pain.
Yeah.
You know, I never had, like, when I was doing it a lot and at the day I thought, well, maybe this will help when I get tattooed, you know, for whatever. But it's like, no, I focused more on the irritation because I was tuned in a way. Because I like, sometimes I think when you get high or stone, you like focus on what you're doing. You're not letting too many distractions happen unless you already got them up there and you can't. But just normally that's what it would do. It would help me forget about other things and really focus on what I was doing. Yeah. So when I would think about getting it and reset, didn't do much for it because I guess it's a psychological thing, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely.
But
I remember for like 10 years, I was going through some really bad neuropathy until I completely lost all my feeling in my feet and my legs pretty much. But I was going through a lot of pain and it was like phantom pains too, I think. Like, you know, some of them were achy, some of them were like and
is that what phantom is? Ghosting you're talking about? Like
like ghost pains. They're not there, but they're just random like just random firings, you know?
Yeah.
And the weed really helped through that.
Yeah, thanks, Rob.
The only thing that would help through that period of time was weed.
Use of a water pipe. Each use, like each session or each actual inhale. Is there really a session? A session can go all day sometimes.
Yeah.
Each time you use the water
we're down to one bowl piece in the house.
I wouldn't do it.
So we got to get more bowl pieces and we got to get more glass screens.
Yeah. Me too,
I
Thomas.
I use glass screens in the
yeah, I think you showed us that one time.
And then this is the last bowl piece in the house.
Yeah. Glass screen.
At least a backup.
How do you clean a glass screen?
I don't know. You don't.
And like a resin or like vinegar water or something that would eat it, and
resin.
It's got to get clogged.
Like what I did the other day is I took my poker and I just chopped off the resin off the glass screen a little bit to make it back into its shape.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
You should have like you can buy 5,000 of them, you know, like 5,000 for $2, you know. Okay.
I got like 50 for like $20.
Wow.
Last time. Yeah.
John
and 50 lasted me a couple years.
Hashish.
2 years.
Bad neuropathy in her hands and feet. Neuro. Sick, you take over?
Yeah.
We're pronouncing words.
Yeah, I think we're done, right?
Yeah, we can do that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just couldn't read that word. I was.
What are we?
No,
that's neuropathy.
Neuropathy. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I had. Yeah. It's horrible. That's when sugar's coating your nerve endings, and it's creating constant firing of the nerves, which is creating pain.
Kind of short circuits it.
Yeah, so the neurons are firing uncontrollably and making pain happen.
It's like my Yamaha. It's like my Yamaha. And then some days just whoop, hey, we're gonna cut off. How's that?
You know what? We're just gonna stop working right now.
We're tired here. We're gonna pull over for a minute.
We need a rest.
Giving you a stress test, Dean.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
so every
the
time a
worst.
bike shuts off on you, you're thinking, gosh, who do I got to call? Who's going to come rescue me? Who's going to pick me up? All those thoughts go through your head.
You lose trust and faith in that motorcycle.
15 seconds. Yeah. I'm just like, like that day when I put it on my video, I just turned around and went home. I didn't even want to have to think risking it. Like, because what if? And then it wears off in my brain. And the next day, well, hey, how about let's take a commute underneath the underwater tunnel and give it a try there. That's smart. Because if it cuts off in the tunnel, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's a bad place. There's nowhere to pull over. There's nowhere to pull over.
Nowhere to pull over.
No. And a lot of times you're going 15 mile an hour through that tunnel.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Just need to get AAA. Yeah. And wait, what, 4 hours? Like,
yeah. You could push it out of the tunnel by then.
Yeah, and there's things like you just call a damn Uber, come pick your ass up, leave the bike there, but you're afraid you won't see it again.
Yeah.
And then I could go home, get my car, get my trailer, and go pick it up.
Yeah.
Like I could have done that with the clutch the other day, but they were there. The workers were there from the road and all the construction, and they came over, kept me company, and I called my son-in-law. That worked out cool. But in actuality, just about maybe say like 2 or 3 blocks tops, I could have pushed the bike over to the 7-Eleven, and they got a big ass parking lot there because semis park there at times.
Yeah.
And that's where I do the cut through, when I'm trying to get home. I cut through that 7-Eleven, and so I could have parked it there, probably left it, and but when you're in panic mode, I couldn't. And then I was paranoid. I don't want to leave my bike. I just come pick me up.
I don't want to leave my shit anywhere.
No.
Yeah, dude.
It's like you need to carry a chain lock and all that so you can chain it to something if you have to leave it.
Yeah, I track all my shit.
You put a tracker thing on it, actually?
Yeah, both her car, my car.
You got to pay for that?
Bikes. No.
I mean, monthly?
Initially, yeah.
But I mean, initially, I meant like a monthly thing, though. That it's just once you have a tracker, you hook it to your phone, and then you can.
It's just connected. It's connected all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It follows it.
Yeah, so it's not like a service you're paying for somebody else to track it. You're tracking it yourself.
I'm tracking it myself. It's Apple.
Okay. I've heard of them, I think, so.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Coates, how are you?
Peace of mind. And then, it can tell you when it moves. It'll tell you if it's away from you, if it leaves, if it starts moving, all that shit.
Yeah. Huh. As long as where it's at, it has reception.
Well, yeah, it's sometimes
and that would. Mm-hmm.
It'll tell you last time updated 21 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, yesterday.
Right.
But yeah,
it's still very helpful. Very helpful.
Oh yeah, like if there's a problem, you know where that person kind of is.
Mm-hmm. And even track it down.
Yeah, or if it gets stolen or any of your shit's gone or stolen, and
I wonder if they have detectors for that, like people that do that kind of for a living, criminals, and can go through your stuff and find where it's planted.
I mean, I don't know I don't know what it sends off. I think it may send out a beacon every so often.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a constant radiating pulse or what.
Yep. All right.
All right, everybody.
All right. Yeah, that was good. Sorry, Coach, we're heading out. We've been on here since I guess 9:30, and
Yeah.
time to go fish. I think
Right.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go out there, look at the boat, start cleaning it off. That'll take me about 20 minutes probably. And
Go
then
get some fucking big boys.
dude, that would be great. I would love to. You know, if I get one, I'll be like showing that shit off, man.
Hell yeah, bro.
Especially if it's like a 5-pounder or bigger, you know.
That'd be sick.
So we'll see what happens.
Hi, Leia.
I've already caught them in my brain.
Yeah.
See, I know where there are some at. That's for sure. And I usually catch
awesome.
some big ones out there from 5 to sometimes 7. I've never really caught a legit 8-pounder, but might have been.
Those things got to be big.
Huge, dude.
Huge.
That mouth comes up. It's like you could fit a softball inside their mouth. That's how I usually can judge how big the fish are. I know if it's in the 4 or 5 pound. It's just by as soon as you go to lip it, you go, oh, that's probably in the 4 range. And depending on the time of year, if they got eggs or not, or they're thin or, and you're like, oh, yeah, you can gain. I caught so many fish. I get really good at guessing the weight and being like within a, quarter, half pound.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
That's great.
Mm.
Nice.
The 7-pounders, you get excited. You go, oh, that's going to be good.
Yeah.
Whew, can't wait to weigh it. Then I throw them back in. Never keep them. So.
Yeah. I mean, why would
somebody else catch them and have fun? I'd hate to kill one. I'd be like, feeling terrible because they give you so much joy and so much fun when you've done what you did to go out and catch them and have the fun of the fight and can you get it to the boat, and then you want a picture of what you got because you're so happy and like, yeah, why would you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put the happy pill back and go do it again.
Yep.
So all right, later,
James. He came in the tail end.
I know.
We're about to shut down, man. Sorry.
Hold on a minute. My time. All right, you guys, later.
All right, everybody. So long. Take care.
Woo.
I'm gonna hit buttons that make things go away.
You gonna do it? All right.